Peace everyone, it's your girl Kia, aka the Concrete Rose, and I'm back with another video. So today I'm just gonna be eating lunch with y'all. I just laid the girls down. I DoorDashed me some Wendy's, and as I was like sitting down, I like had this realization. It's not really like a message, but just more of like a realization for me, that I just wanted to like share with y'all, you know. So anyway, well, let me show y'all what I got first. So, and hopefully the camera isn't rocking. Like, I have my stuff at a really weird angle. I got a chicken sandwich, and I got 2 cheese and bacon baked potatoes. Yes, I got 2. Don't judge me. Like, let me eat. Let a girl eat. Let me just leave it right there. Y'all, if y'all been like subscribed to me for a little minute, you know how I feel about these cheese baked potatoes, bitch. Like, it just brings me so much joy. I'm so sorry. It brings me so much joy. These shits is so good, bro. But, oh girl, I didn't even pray. Hold on. So, yeah, I'm so excited. Oh, and I got me a strawberry lemonade, a large strawberry lemonade. That kind of tastes a little watered down today, but it's okay. That shit good as hell. And they always be like super hot and everything. So good. Okay. So, I was getting ready to sit down and eat. And something that I was thinking about was like motherhood, right? So, today is Friday, Venus Day. And something that I've been doing for myself is on Venus Day, I dedicate that day to my self-care. I dedicate that day to pouring into me. I do me a little self-love bath. I like to do a facial. I like to get my nails done. I like to do any type of art, right? Or like any type of creation. I like to go for a nature walk. Like, I just like to do things that can pour back into me, you know. But today has been a little weird. Like, the energy has been kind of like off, right? And my kids have been sick, and it's just been like, I don't know, like, it's just been weird. Like, the energy was just weird today, right? So I had this moment where I was like, because okay, so something that I've been doing is like writing out to-do lists, right? And so like at the beginning of the day, I write out a to-do list. I write down all the things that I want to, you know, get done for the day or whatever. And, you know, I just check them off as I go. And for me, mentally, that makes me like motivated to do it, because like, okay, that's something that I can check off the list, you know. Like, I can say that I was productive today. I can say that I did something today. But Venus days are my days of rest, right? And so I didn't have a to-do list today. Like, at first I was like, oh, okay, well, I can do laundry and I can fold clothes and everything. But I'm just like, girl, like, chill. Like, you can do that shit tomorrow. You know, like, you also have the rest of the weekend to, you know, wash some clothes. Like, I cleaned the house last night and everything. So the house is not even crazy looking, right? Like, I can chill. I can rest. And so, like, you know, I'm sitting there resting, chilling, my kids playing, but like, they're just, you know, not in it today. And so something like clicked in my head, of like, okay, well, I'm gonna pour into them today, right? Like, I'm gonna give them their self-care baths, and I'm gonna put them on their outfits, and I'm gonna take down their hair, and I'm gonna wash their hair. Like, today turned into like a day for them, a day for my kids, a day to pouring back into them, right? Which, like, I'm not even mad about, I'm not upset about it. Ooh, hopefully. Yes, they put the onions on my sandwich. I got a spicy chicken sandwich, but that's so good. Ooh, I got a little kick. Okay, so today turned into like a day about them and pouring back into them, And I think like I had to sit down and I had to realize that relationships are really about give and take, right? Like, relationships are really about being able to be balanced and equal and reciprocal, right? And even as a mother, I have to remember like my girls need their self-care as well. My girls need to be poured back into as well. They need to be nurtured as well. They need to be loved on and protected, as well. And it's not that I'm just now coming to this realization and, I haven't been doing these things, but it was just like, it just hit me today. Like, maybe like how I'm feeling the weird energy, maybe they're feeling the weird energy, and they may not have the vocabulary to describe what they're feeling, but they still feel it, you know? And so yeah, like I just had that, realization about my kids and about parenting and about mothering, like, because a lot of my healing work has been about mothering myself, like reparenting myself and healing myself. And what catapulted that whole journey was becoming a mother, right? Like becoming a mother and seeing the ways in which, um, seeing the areas in which I lacked, right? Like the mother I am today has been built and has been molded, okay? Like every single day I'm learning something about my parenting. Every single day I'm learning something about my kids. Every single day, right? I'm learning something new about my relationship between me and the world around me, between me and my environment, right? And I do feel like it is important that we as mothers are selfish sometimes. Sometimes. Like out of the whole week, I'm pouring into everybody, I'm giving to everybody. Damn, on a Friday, nigga, let me be selfish. Let me do what I'm gonna do. Let me chill how I'm gonna chill. Okay? Like, let me be selfish. Because I see the ways in which the women in my family have sacrificed themselves for the family, and how, as I have become an adult, I have had to teach myself how to be selfish. I have had to teach myself how to not give away all of my energy and all of my everything to everybody. Like, I hope my girls do see the ways in which I prioritize myself, which is why I try to prioritize myself, you know? And I feel like to people that don't prioritize themselves, when they see a person that does prioritize themselves, it looks selfish. But I don't think selfish is always a bad thing. You get what I'm saying? So that brings me back to my point. Finding balance. Y'all, I'm not eating. I'm just talking. But like that brings me back to my point of finding balance within the relationship between me and my kids, and also my relationship to everybody else in my life. You know, like over time, going throughout my healing journey, like I used to be the girl that would like call and complain and complain and complain about like, oh, my life is going this way, my life is going that way, da da. And I have had to find a lot of answers within myself by going within, to the point where like now I hold a lot of stuff in. Like I have certain people who I confide in, but even then, like it's like, okay, am I complaining? Am I, you know? So it's like I'm always trying to like go within first, but that creates this cycle of being hyper dependent on myself. And I do feel like you should be dependent on yourself, but I feel like when it gets to a point when you can't accept help, and you can't accept like when people are trying to make life easier on you, or even when your own, or your own higher self is telling you to take it easy on yourself. You know, I feel like that's detrimental. And so I hope my kids, you know, do remember the ways in which mommy carved out time for herself. But I also want them to remember the ways in which mommy carved out time for them. You know, mommy poured into them. Like, I want them to grow up remembering, like, or knowing or experiencing, like, mommy also gives us our self-care days. Mommy also understands when we're feeling overwhelmed and when we're feeling, you know, anxious or upset or angry, you know. Like when I was a kid, right? When you were a kid, when anybody is a freaking kid, they don't have the vocabulary, bro, to explain certain feelings and certain emotions that they're having. So it comes out as tantrums, it comes out as clinginess, it comes out as, you know, whatever that thing is, you know, that behavior is. And I feel like it's important for us to remember that our kids are also experiencing emotions and experiencing things that they need help with, you know? So yeah, today, like I'm softening the day for my kids. I'm softening the day. I'm also softening the day for myself. Like today is gonna be a chill day. You know, we got some movies going, and everything. Like I said, doing their self-care baths. I'm gonna do their hair. I already took down their hair. They're napping right now, so when they wake up, I have to, you know, like wash their hair and style it and stuff. Usually I would try to do a style that they may not necessarily like, right? Like Nay doesn't like getting her hair braided, but I wanted to braid it anyway. But something was like, no, just like soften it. Like, okay, she doesn't want braids in her hair. she wants a ponytail and to just rock it like that for the week, give give that child a ponytail and go on about your motherfucking day. Like yeah. It's just like little shit like that, you know? Little stuff like that is so important to kids as they're growing up. And it doesn't have to be in this like super spoiled, not understanding life type of way. Like, you can show them, like, you are little girls growing into women. Like, you are a goddess, you're a princess, you know, like, you deserve these things, right? Like, this should just be a part of your life to care for yourself. Care for yourself. When my kids think of me, I want them to think, mommy taught us how to care for ourselves. Mommy taught us how to care for ourselves. She taught us how to speak up for ourselves. She taught us how to prioritize herself. Well, she taught us how to prioritize ourselves, right? Like, I don't want them to be in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, learning how to prioritize themselves. I want this to just be like their way of living, to where when they do grow up and, you know, find people and find friends and whatever, I want them to come with that energy of, I know who I am, and I know what I'm going to accept, and I know what I'm going to tolerate, and I know what I'm worth, and I know what I'm deserving of. And so they don't even accept anything below that, you know? So, you know, I'm not a boy mom. So, you know, I feel like I can't really speak to that. But as a girl mom, having your kids watch you love yourself is important and necessary. But also allowing your kids to watch you love on them and prioritize them and care for them is also important. Like, truly. And so, yeah, like, that just hit me. And I wanted to share that with y'all because maybe somebody needed to hear that, you know? Like, I know I have parents that are subscribed to me and stuff like that. And just women that are just on their healing journey, you know? Like, even if you're not a mom right now and you plan to become a mom, like, prioritize yourself and prioritize the babies. It's important to find balance within your relationships, but specifically within mother-daughter relationships, because I feel like mother-daughter relationships, oh, and this is like going into a whole nother topic, but I feel like your relationship with your mother sets the tone for how you carry yourself in relationships with other women, you know? And that's like a realization that just hitting me right now. Like, damn, your relationship with your mother is what sets the tone for your relationship with other women in your life, with your friendships out in the world, you know, for my ladies that are trying to make friends, you know, with women. What is your relationship like with your mother? Girl, that's a motherfucking journal prompt, bitch. I'm gonna journal. After I get done eating, that's my homework for the day. That is my homework for the day. How has my relationship with my mother set the tone for my relationship with all the other women in my life? Even other women in your family. Like, your mom is the first woman that you meet. Like, she's the one that birthed you out into this world. Girl, that's a fucking journal prompt. I'm gonna have to come back to y'all with that one. But I don't want my food to get cold, y'all. That is like a real pet peeve of mine. And I didn't even plan on making a video or anything. I just propped up the camera so that way I could share that with y'all. I'm gonna finish eating, and yeah, I guess I will catch y'all in my next video. Peace.